Hey, I'm Mike.
And I'm Logan.
This is our video.
Making it about Romeo and Juliet and how we can make friendships with other races and cultures, and how you can become friends and families with other races and cultures.
Yes,
we are interviewing friends of ours.
Many friends.
And we are also viewing possibly some other adults. Mainly friends. But so enjoy and have fun.
Enjoy, everyone.
Okay. Why do you think people discriminate against each other about different cultures, races, and what beliefs they have?
Just because there's so many different cultures and religious backgrounds that whichever one you are, you feel that you're superior to the other ones and that they aren't as good as yours.
Why do you think there's such a thing as racial discrimination?
I think there's racial discrimination because I think people just think they can do whatever they want and they're superior and they can just pick on whoever they want, and they don't think that it hurts or affects anyone.
You think people have fun being made fun of?
No, I think it's very mean for people, and like it's sad and hurts people's feelings that they're being fun of.
Has it ever happened to you?
Well, yes, you know, as friends do, they pick on you and they can get you as your religion or your race, and they can just do think it's fine to do it, and they just like messing around with you, but it can actually kind of hurt.
Okay, well, thank you. That was very nice. And
Thank you for having me.
Your views on discrimination?
Well, discrimination has gone far enough throughout the world, not only in the United States, but throughout the entire world. Because not only because of your race, because you're black or white, or your nationality, or you're male or female. It's just, it's a terrible thought that people would possibly exclude people in society because of the way they look or act.
What should be done about discrimination?
Well, first of all, there shouldn't be any depiction between black and white. In school recently, we have a teacher that you can clearly tell is racist. None of the white students get in trouble within the class. You can tell that she is racist. She should be fired from her job. It is appalling to even think that at school, of all places where people should be learning and working together, that we have teachers, of all people, teachers that are part of this. And I feel to overcome these differences, we should forget about differences. And I'm going to refer back to Martin Luther King Jr., his speech, every man is created equal, and that's what I believe. That's how I think we should overcome our differences.
How can we make better friendships with people that have different races or cultures?
Well, I'm going to refer back to the 1400s with Romeo and Juliet. Romeo was a Montague.
This is Elizabethan era, right?
Correct. And Juliet was a Capulet. And their families feuded for so long, but because Romeo and Juliet looked beyond the differences, they were able to fall in love and end the feud. They fell in love because they didn't know whether they were enemies or not. When Romeo first saw Juliet, he didn't know that she was a Capulet. He just fell in love. Granted that he does fall in love very easily, but he fell in love with someone that was a different culture. To befriend these people of different races, we need to look beyond the differences. We can't look at the differences and say, oh, I could deal with that. You can't do that in order to make friendships with people. You need to look beyond it, forget about it, because every man is created equal.
What are your views on discrimination in the world?
Well, discrimination is just one of those things that it's so strong. I mean, I see it every single day. I go to an all-guys school, so every single day, the people who talk like lists like that, everyone just assumes that they are different in terms of...
They're gay.
Gay. Well, my teachers, they'll make fun of them, and a lot of students will make fun of them. One time at my school, a kid actually committed suicide because he was called gay so much. You get 5 detentions now you get called gay at our school. Like someone calls you gay, you get caught. You have a chance at expulsion. I mean, it's just one of those, why can't people just see someone as another person? Just say hi to someone, start a conversation. It's as simple as that. It's like one of those commercials for, what company is that? Where they just go up on the street, they see someone doing a nice act, and then they go do a nice act. And it's just like an ongoing chain. I mean, that can happen in everyday life. People actually tried instead of just viewing each other.
So, how do you think this concept could be tied into Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet on, you know, how the Capulets and the Montagues had such a big, you know, feud, and they just hated each other for centuries and nobody knew why. It's something they did.
No one knows why that they're fighting. It's just, alright, Leonardo DiCaprio, for example, they light a gas station on fire with silly cutout scenes over the stupid tragedy of someone killing themselves. It came to the point where they had to kill themselves in order to stop the non-discriminatory action. And that's
kind of like, go on.
And that's how it is in everyday life.
Yes.
People view people as people say they are. I mean, how would you put that? I mean, give me an example.
People don't know why they hate these certain groups. They just do. It's kind of the same concept. It comes
from influence, from friends, from family, all that. What they're told just gets put into their brain as something that they think is right. So they turn it into an action, and that's what it becomes.
Very good. Thank you for your time.
No problem.
How do you feel about discrimination?
Well, I feel that everyone should be treated equally. You know, based on, shouldn't matter on a person's race, religion, sexual preference fairly. And so I am against any type of discrimination.
Alright, so how do you think we can overcome these differences?
Well, first we need to view everyone as a individual human being and not to try and lump them into a category based on whatever gender or skin color or religion they happen to be.
Right. So do you think we can make, you know, friendships with people that are different than us?
Oh yeah.
How?
How?
Yeah.
Just like I said, you treat everyone as an individual. Treat everyone how you want to be treated.
Right. So, do you think this is, you know, relates at all to the feud between the Capulets and the Montagues and Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet?
Well, if you think about it, in the book, when they didn't know each other, they didn't know which families they were from, they fell in love. So they didn't have a preconceived notion of what family they were from. Unfortunately, the families already had a running feud with each other, and due to preconceived notions and whatever history the families had, put pressure on the two lovers, and they ended up committing suicide. But see, they were able to fall in love without any preconceived notions.
Right. Well, thank you very much for your time.
That's it?
Yeah.
What's what?
Of course I've got that on camera.
What's your what?
Just go.
No, I want to know.
You don't really want to
I want to know.
My butt is wet. Now go.
What are your
Your
views?
butt's wet too. You're sitting on wetness.
What? Okay, what? Why do you think there's such thing as rainbow discretion?
Whoa! Ain't all this emotion.
You're done.
Okay. So much for not having anything to say. You never read it, or you just don't remember it, or are you just like
Marker. Dumbass. Different cultures and races.